I've been making content for 1 year on YouTube. Woohoo! And to celebrate, in the latest video, I asked you guys to ask me anything about either me, the finals, or just YouTube, or whatever. Like, it's an Ask Me Anything. It's entitled. You get it. Anyways, let's not waste any time and get to the first question. When did you start playing the finals? I love that medium guy always saying funny stuff, by the way. Are you meaning stock medium? I started playing in early season 1, so I never touched the beta, and every day I'm reminded that I don't have the beta cosmetics. And what is it like to be French? Right now? Fucking awful. What games did you play before the finals? The last game I was heavily focused on before the finals was Apex Legends, which ever since I started playing the finals, I have not touched once. Face reveal when? Right now, I guess. How do you write your script? Do you have an idea and just go along with it? Or do you actually plan out how the structure will look like and where you put some jokes in? That's a hard sentence to say. Okay, so generally what happens is that I get an idea. Doesn't happen often, I know, but then I'll make some research. For example, for the lore video, I looked up, all the new lore, the hints, and like the theories from the community or whatever. Once I've gathered all the things I need, I write down the script, which generally takes 1 or 2 days. Once the script is done, I record my voice, I chop it, and then it's editing time, which generally takes between 2 to 3 weeks. Every day. For 10 hours. For 90% of the jokes, what happens is that while I'm writing, if I have a funny idea that just crosses my mind, I'll write it down. While I'm recording, if I think of something funny, I'll say it. And then when I'm editing the video, I remove those who just don't land well, or are not that funny, or just feel forced, or whatever. And that's pretty much how I work my humor. I don't force it. It's very spontaneous. But anyways, OnlyFans when? No. Who is your profile picture? It is the protagonist from hit manga and anime series on Netflix, Akira Fudo from Devilman Crybaby. Not sponsored, by the way, I just love the show. What is your favorite class and weapon? I don't have a favorite class. This is such a boring answer, but... So when I first started playing, I would either play light or medium. These were like my first 2 classes, right? And because of the meta back then, I was mainly a medium main. Like the whole triple medium FK, it'll be meta. Yeah, that one. And I think around season 5 or something, I really started learning and enjoying the heavy gameplay. But like, depending on what the season drops, I'll play like maybe more medium or more heavy or more light. I don't have like a favorite class. Favorite weapon though, FK. Any of the week. I love the FK so much. What's your shoe size? Why? When do you plan to start streaming? When I have the money! Yay! I love capitalism! I really want to give streaming a shot, but I need a better computer and a better internet, and I got none of these 2 right now, so. Will you do videos of you playing the finals? I don't even need to come up with transitions for my announcements. Have you ever wanted to see this, but on a weekly basis? I made a new YouTube channel. Now, why even make a new YouTube channel? Like, you have 7,000 subscribers. What the fuck are you doing, Creed? I'm not going to go too much in depth on the reasoning of making a new channel because I've already dropped the first video on this channel that will talk about this very subject, but pretty much it will be drastically different from what you see here. My plan with CreedTV is to have a stress-free channel where I can upload anything whenever I want, and I don't have to go through the whole process of editing the video. Like, no, this is the bare fucking minimum. CreedTV could be called Creed Slop. It will basically be the same, but it will be premium gameplay slop. Just, me screaming at a monitor multiple times a week. Anyways, if you're interested, there's links in the description, in top of the corner there. Here, probably everywhere. And no, it doesn't mean that I'll be giving up this channel. I'll still make videos. It might take a bit to adapt between like the 2 schedules, but I'll still make videos on this channel. Why am I crying in the club right now? What the fuck am I supposed to answer to that? If you were to bring a change to the finals, what would it be? Add more goofy stuff, like stupid stuff, casual stuff, I don't care. Buff melee as a whole. I mean, the current state of melee is just sad. A custom game mode maker, similar to what you got in Overwatch, for example. And I think more events. And more low, obviously, but I'm biased. Will you collab with Jinko? I mean, many people mention Jinko because he's like the other French YouTuber, I guess, but to mention collab as a whole, I'm honestly open to collab with anyone. If we rap together and we can make something cool, why not? So, creators, hit me up. My DMs are open. my cable, fuck. Would you still love me if I was an Hydra Q bottle? I love all my Creed links the same, whatever sponsor they are, or is Hydra Q even a sponsor at this point? Like, they're just dead. Do you see yourself going on a training arc to get better at the finals, like reaching Diamond? I mean, I did already reach Diamond in Season 2. No, but more seriously, I do want to give a shot at reaching like top 500 maybe. I just don't know if I have the mental stability to do that in solo queue. But I thought about it. Favorite dream car? Mazda RX-7 FD Spirit R 2002. Very precise, I know. If you say Twingo, I am swimming to France to drop you in all myself. Twingo is top 3 greatest French car ever invented. What the fuck are you talking about? Was this your first attempt at content creation? Like many kids of my age, when I was like 10, 11, I tried editing videos and I made a dubstep stunt montage with my clan. The video still exists, it's in private, yeah. And pretty much since then, I've never really stopped editing videos for friends or for me or whatever, but this YouTube channel is my first attempt at making content, you know, for like the whole internet. Why are you? What's your absolute favorite loadout? The one I'm using on my first CreedTV video. What's your top 3 video games of all time? It's like saying what's your favorite song of all time, your favorite movie. I can't, it's impossible. It's so different. I'm just going to forget about some of them. I mean, Spore, Minecraft, wow. Need for Speed Pro Street, incredible game. BO2, Modern Warfare 3, TF2, obviously. Hearthstone, Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, the finals obviously is in there, but there's so many. I can just pick one. Have you ever found love? The community is currently up in arms about the balance, and discussions about the future of our beloved game show are usually sour. Do you feel optimistic or pessimistic about the way the finals is heading? So I don't have much insider information about the game or like what's planned. And what I'm going to say next has nothing to do with me glazing Embark or trying to get partner or whatever, like not at all. And while season 8 and 9 were probably some of the worst seasons we ever got, I still feel like the way things actually moving right now and how very big creators are still investing their time into the game. Embark creating a whole new department just for esports, and you know, with the upcoming melee rework and season 12 apparently being the biggest season ever, we could still reach a new peak over the next few months or even years. Again, I don't have any insider information. I don't know what season 12 is about. I don't know what is coming in season 11. I have no idea. And I agree that the meta currently is not that fun, and melee getting worse and worse each season just sucks, but I still believe. Alright, I want to believe. Let's be hopeful. Say it with me. We will reach a new peak in season 11, 12, 30. I don't know actually. Favorite cereal. Okay, I gotta look it up. I don't know if they exist in the States, but these, dude. The only downside is that they kinda look like dog food. Like physically, they're fuzzy or something, but they're really good, trust me. What is your favorite video that you have made? Oh, I don't know actually. If I had to pick, it would either be the playstyle or wishlist videos, which I think are some of the most creative videos I've ever made, or the Ospus one, because it's very funny and there's friends of mine in them. What are your thoughts on the finals esport? Before the Grand Major, I was very skeptical on how it was gonna look and feel, whatever. But since then, honestly, I think it is some of the most entertaining esport you can watch. It is just very hard to like follow and understand, even worse as a caster or like the guy recording or filming the video, you know, like there's so much happening all the time. And I mean, the player expression in this game is just so good, and you see some insane stuff, but you know, I feel like it still would need a lot of polishing before being like mainstream, whatever. How has the recent oil shortage affected you? Oh no, oh, I can't oil up, guys. Bombers! Will there be a gadget skin, battle pass, or music tier list? Short answer, yes. For gadgets, I'm waiting until there's a couple more skins for them. Battle passes will probably be when I run out of ideas. And music tier list are very likely due on CreedTV. But the next video on this channel should be a skin tier list. Small teaser. Will we be seeing you at the major? I'd love to be at Stockholm this year. The tickets are just slightly expensive. Yeah, so Embark, if you're seeing this and you wanna send me a ticket, I like that. How many hours do you have on your most played game on Steam? Oh boy, dude, the wall of shame. That's not counting Warzone 1. That's not counting Warzone 1. Biggest inspiration to keep making content, or the biggest inspiration to start in the first place? I mean, I grew up watching Minecraft videos, so like every other boy of my age, it was my dream to become a YouTuber at some point. And it's gonna sound very cocky, but I don't have like a single inspiration. There's a bunch of creators that I've watched and liked for the years, but I've never stuck to a single one. But if I had to mention some creators, Pixel for being a non-English guy making videos in English and talking about skins, which is like half of my content nowadays. Soviet Womble and Ahoy for the editing style, drastically different content. And I'd say Funky for the essay videos, especially back in the TF2 days. Can you relate to Spy because you're French? I mean, I would, but if Embark hired you to fix Iseul-t, like their drip or an opponent they are to the low right now, how would you do it? For the drip, I don't really know, maybe less of that baby blue and more of the pink. But for the low, I've been thinking about this question. What I will do is really lean into the dark sides of the modeling scene and like the fashion scene or whatever. Because for those who don't know, the modeling scene and universe can get very fucked up and very dark very fast. So maybe introduce like a super contestant, like a model, a singer, whatever, like that's sponsored by Iseul-t, but like in the background they're suffering immensely because of that. I think that could be pretty interesting. What do you think about the British? Do you like tea? I'm a coffee guy, but I like tea. Best or favorite final season? It has to be a tie between season 2 and season 7. Pop might perform much when... Okay, so I actually got a lot more comments about that than I accepted. I mean, for that specific t-shirt, I would need to get the rights from Embark, so that's another thing. And you know, the first question is, would you guys even buy much? And then if I were to make much, do I focus on making affordable clothing at the cost of them being, you know, not very ethical? Or do I make ethical much, but then it's gonna be way too pricey? But the main question is, do you guys want to see much? Let me know. How did you find out about the finals? Steam page. Very boring, not interesting whatsoever. Who is your favorite musical artist that you would like to recommend? I got so many. I don't have a single favorite artist. That's so hard, even harder than video games. Here's a bunch of artists that I absolutely love and you guys should check out. That's a long list, yeah. Can we have some general info about your setup and what programs you use to edit? I look up to your content and want to make stuff as good as yours one day. Well, thank you. So software-wise, I record on Audacity, then I mix my voice on FL Studio, which you don't need, by the way. I just like mixing my voice in there. All my graphic design, thumbnail, assets, whatever, I made on Photoshop. I don't use Illustrator because I'm a fucking idiot. And all my editing is on Vegas Pro. Now, if you want to make content, don't ever use Vegas. It's a product of its time. It's old, it's buggy, it lags, I lose hundreds of hours because of some stupid bugs with this thing, and I'm currently in the process of learning Resolve. If you worked at Embark, what would be the first thing you would do to bring more players to the finals? You know what, I thought about this question for a very long time, and I don't think it's as easy as people think, because the main way people are going to find out about games nowadays is through advertising, and the most efficient one are streamers, content creators, YouTubers. But you know, you can't pay someone to do what Jinxie has done for Clash Royale, for example. You know, he wasn't alone, there was a bunch of other creators, like it was a movement, but so yeah, I think we either need a finals creator blowing up way past his niche or a very famous creator coming to the finals. What would you do if you were the world leader? Dude, I'd end myself in Minecraft. Best song from the final soundtrack. Oh, that's so hard. I'm gonna give you a top 5 because there is no way I can just pick one. So not in order: Floating Bits, Eternal Petals in the Winds, The Divide, Game Time, The World's Greatest Game Show 2, the entirety of the first OST. I forgot about the Alpha track. Will there be any event with your community anytime soon, and when? Yes, there's actually 2 coming. The next one is going to be a setup review, so you guys would like to send you setups and I'll judge them on CreedTV. Wow, look at that. I'm promoting my already promoted new thing. Anyways, and the second plan so far is something I've been wanting to make for months now, and that you guys also have been asking for non-stop on the Discord, which is the finals fashion contest. But this specific event is going to be like much bigger than you would accept, so yeah, it's not for anytime soon. Who is your favorite sponsor? I don't know. Any plans on releasing something other than the finals in the future? Maybe TF2 video essays? Yes, 100%. I've had a TF2 video in the back of my mind for months now, but I just need to find the time to make it. Among a bunch of other games and subjects that I really want to talk about. Fun fact, actually, I almost released a Overwatch video. I was like this close on making it. Will you do any custom matches with your club? Yeah. I mean, I'll probably ask you guys on Discord rather than on the club chat, but yeah. What's your favorite food? I gotta pick one again? No, this is hard because this is culturally important for me, alright? This is not a filler question. This is important. Gratin dauphinois. I don't know the English word, go figure it out, I don't give a shit. What made you want to make a channel surrounding the finals? Like many of you, I think this game is criminally underrated. I mean, we heard this sentence a billion times already, but... So I was playing the game and I was thinking, dude, it would suck so bad if this game died, like, it will break my heart. And the second thing is, there wasn't any creators that was doing the videos I wanted to see on the finals. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of amazing creators on the finals, but there wasn't the type of videos I wanted to see. And that's kinda the spirit I've kept in these videos. I make videos I would wanna see as a viewer. What was the first reaction from your friends when they heard you do YouTube? So it depends. For the vast majority of them, they kinda took it as a joke, and I think that even if they didn't say to my face, they were like, Creed, you're a YouTuber? Oh, no, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And if you want me to be 100% straight with you, I don't really give a shit. I get it, I don't blame them. Over time, as I started growing my audience, making some bigger numbers, joining the Embark Creator Program, whatever, some of them are starting being like, oh shit, he's like serious about this shit, like this is going well, you know? But if I can give some advice to anyone who wants to be a content creator, a musician, or like one of these not regular jobs, I guess, you cannot allow yourself to give a shit about what other people think. This can be your friends, this can be your family, this can be your teachers, or even the internet. The hard truth of it is that nobody think it's cool that you're starting out as a YouTuber, that you're starting out as a rapper, that you're starting out as like a writer or whatever. Listen and adapt to the constructive criticism and just do your thing. Because for these kind of things, if you don't believe in your project, no one will. But I mean, I also got some friends which are like my #1 supporters and think it's sick and always are like, oh, this is so cool, this is so cool. Like, they're also there. You know, it's a balance. What is your opinion on art creators? Ever since I made a video on a tech test, I have not opened the game once. I just didn't have the time. The most I've seen on the game is like Shroud clips on Twitter months ago. I've not heard about the game. I've not seen any videos about the game. I have yet to just experience creators. How has it been to run this channel for a year? Wow, emotional. I think if I had to sum it up in one word, it would be emotional, yeah. It's a lot of hard work and it is very time consuming and you cannot only think about this every day, all the time. There's no breaks. But I want to make it clear right now that I'd rather spend 70 hours a week working on YouTube than working like 25 hours a week at McDonald's, because I've done that shit and I can tell you 1,000,000% I was way more exhausted working 25 hours in fast foods than doing YouTube. People saying that streaming or making content is harder than 9 to 5 need to get a fucking grip. Like, it's insane to me. But yeah, anyways, no, I mean, it is very time consuming, and I think one of the reasons why it's been so hard for me is also has to do with many exterior factors. Again, I don't want to leak all the Creed lore in this video, but there's been a lot happening over the past year and it has not made making YouTube videos easy. Not at all. But what you get in return of making content, and again, it's very cliche, but the amount of love I get on a daily basis since day one, like that's the crazy thing, is that when I uploaded my first video, I did not plan on becoming a YouTuber full-time. That was not the plan at all. Every single day I receive comments, I receive messages, I receive fan art. This makes me giggle when I see that. Like, this is so cool. Thank you guys. And really, this feeling of warmth you get when you upload a video and it all comes, like, it's so rich. It's worth so much to me and I'm so grateful for all that's been happening in 1 year. I know that in the greater scheme of things, 7K subscribers is nothing. Like, I'm such a small fish in the pond, but this shit means everything to me, man. I've said it in the past and I'll say it again, like, I'm dedicated to this full time and I'm not stopping. And I know this all sounds super cliche or whatever, like I'm trying to hit, you know, an emotional string. It's really how I feel and I can only say thank you, you know, so. But there's one question that you have all been asking that just started as one joke under one video and became the question I receive every single day. And it's a joke that has never really died and just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. And when will I oil up? Oh god, okay, you know what? I will oil up. But there's a but in there. I want it to be for a good reason. Here's the deal, Creedlings. If one day I get invited to a charity event, or you know, like something to raise money for a good cause, and I don't mean a couple hundreds, I'm not getting half naked for the internet just for $500. Like, no. I'm talking big sums, alright? I want my only body. I want my only body to make an impact, a good impact, because digital footprint is a thing. And once I roll up, there's no turning back. So TLDR, the day I get the opportunity of raising money for a good cause, I will oil up. Mark my fucking words. That's one way to end the video. Anyways, thanks for the questions, guys. At first, I was scared of not having enough stuff to answer to, and well, I couldn't answer to everything, so sorry for that. But again, thank you guys so much for this first year on YouTube. I hope some of you will actually like CreedTV, and either way, I'm going to be very active on this place, much more than here. And the next video on this channel should be coming in about 2 weeks, give or take. And you know what I'm gonna say. Obligatory social plug, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.